Hello friends, welcome back to Yoga with Paige. Today we have a beautiful grounding flow. We're outside, we can enjoy the nice nature sounds. Plenty of birds here to help ground us. We stay pretty low to the mat. We really just center ourselves and connect with ourself, our core, our root, Muladhara chakra, and the earth around us. So whenever you're ready, grab your mat and let's get started. We begin today on our backs in corpse pose. So gently making our way down flat onto our backs, hands resting on the belly or the heart center, wherever we feel we need the connection more. Letting the feet hang open wherever they want to. Feeling our connection to the mat, the weight of our body being supported by the mat and the earth below us. Connecting to our breath, filling our belly on the inhale, and sending it all out on the exhale, really squeezing the navel into the spine, expelling all of the air. 2 more rounds of deep breaths. And we now extend the arms out to the sides, bringing the knees up into the air, reaching, letting the knees drop over to the right side. Using our core to bring them back up and drop to the left. We're slowly just massaging the lower back here, maybe toe tapping the outer edge of the mat. Taking nice deep breaths this entire practice. 1 more time each side or until we're evened out. Then taking the arms, wrapping them around the knees and rocking to one side and the other. Kind of falling all over the place, just letting yourself wiggle it out, noticing what this feels like in the back. And then whenever we're ready, bugs in front of my face, taking the hands behind the knees, gently using some momentum to rock ourselves up, crossing our legs, coming into tabletop pose in the center of the mat. Spreading through the fingertips, really firming through our foundations here in this practice today. So tops of the feet on the mat, spreading as wide as we can through the fingers. Inhaling, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale, rounding through the back, finding a huge space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, look up, opening up the throat so we're able to speak with our authentic voice. Exhale, rounding through the back. Inhale, moving with the breath. Because you are who you are, and you should express whoever that is, no matter where you are or who you're surrounded with. One more round here, finishing it out, warming up the spine. Before sending the left toes back and out to the side, peeling that left arm up to the sky, reaching, taking up space here, and sweeping it behind us, threading the needle. Really grounding that right hand into the mat. Noticing the sensations on your skin, the air, the fabric of your mat. And coming back up, taking that foot back, coming into child's pose. We can either stay knees together or widen them, big toes touching. reaching the fingertips out, melting the heart down, connecting with our breath. We are here. We have a purpose. We are secure in ourselves. Bringing the knees back together if we have them open, pulling ourselves through and walking the fingertips out, coming into puppy pose, melting the heart down. Letting go of tension in the shoulders and the neck. Coming down onto the forearms, pulling yourself through into Sphinx pose. Forearms on the mat, lifting the chest. One more breath here. And exhale to release, taking the right leg, coming into a half frog. So we are going to have a 90 degrees. We can take the hand to help us here. We want a 90-degree angle from the knee to the hip, and then a flexed foot. My flexed dirty foot. Maybe forehead comes to mat. Breathing into this space. Pushing the pelvis down into the mat, opening up through the hips. Releasing anything that's stuck there. We want to get that out so we can feel secure and confident in ourselves. When we hold on to things, we start to create this anxiety, this anxious energy. So we need to let that go so we can really tap into our inner power. So think of something we want to release and exhale nice and deep, let it go. Good, taking that leg back in, taking some leaves with me. Pushing ourselves back up into tabletop. Reaching the left foot back and over to the side. Peeling the right arm up and threading the needle. Opening through the chest, gazing behind us. Knowing that you bring something special to this world, something uniquely yours, your unique energy. And people need to see that, they need to feel it. The world needs it right now. Connect to that inner light and let it shine forth with all of its glory. And coming back up, bringing that leg in, sending the hips back, child's pose, walking the fingertips out, this time steepling the fingertips, getting a nice stretch in the shoulders. Excuse me while I slightly move this bug so I don't squish him. And as we inhale, we pull ourselves all the way through, coming into a low cobra pose. Excuse my brain fart. Rising through the chest, gripping through the fingertips, lifting ourselves up high. Big inhale and exhale to release, taking that left leg into half frog pose. Checking our 90-degree angles here. Thinking of something we want to release. Again, maybe it's the same thing, maybe it's something different. Reaching the pelvis into the mat, opening up through the hip. Deep breaths. Raising the chest, gently taking that leg back. Hands underneath the shoulders, pressing up, sending the hips up, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. Pedaling out the feet, warming up the backs of the legs. Gazing at the fingertips, reaching the hips up to the sky and the heels down, finding that nice flat back. Grounding through the left foot, raising the right three-legged dog. Bending the knee, bringing it into the chest, knee to nose, and up, three-legged dog. This time bringing it all the way through, planting it in between the hands, a low lunge. Reaching the arms up above the head. Exhale, bringing them to cactus, opening up wide, spreading through the fingers. Reaching that left hip flexor down towards the mat. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, sweeping them around, shifting back into half splits, flexing that right foot, making sure our hips are square. Exhale, nice and deep. Inhale, back to low lunge, arms above the head. Exhale, half splits. Maybe we try to not touch the mat, connecting to ourselves. Good, and release. Right hand comes to mat, left hand comes to the outside of the foot for a twist. Gazing to the side or gently behind us, keeping that right foot flexed. And coming back to the front of the mat, windmilling the arms around, lifting the foot, warrior two. Checking our alignment here for a second, rolling the shoulders back. Feeling our power right in our core here. Here it sits and here it stays. It travels all the way up and down. It is within you. Nice and strong, reaching forward and back, peaceful warrior. And windmilling the arms around, humble warrior, interlacing the fingers behind the back, reaching down to the right shoulder to the inside of the knee. Hands behind the head. One more breath here. Releasing the hands, coming into warrior one, squaring off the hips. Reaching the hands behind, reverse prayer, so trying to get the palms together. Sinking nice and deep into that lunge, grounding through the left outside edge of the foot, rolling the shoulders back. Inhale, turning the toes to the side of the mat, forward fold, wide-legged forward fold, stopping halfway, using your core. And exhale to gently release, hands come to the mat. Letting the head hang here for a second, rolling it out. Bending the left foot, coming into a side lunge, Skandasana, reaching the right toes up, left arm comes up as well. Nice strong fingers, open palms, we're open to receive. Good, and switching sides. Left arm comes above the head. And turning on that foot, coming into intense side stretch, probably walking that left foot up a little bit. Inhale to find a flat back and exhale to fold. Getting a nice little hammy stretch. Gently stepping up to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, hands above the head, nice and strong, taking a slight back bend. And exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a moment here to check in with yourself. How you're feeling mentally, physically. Inhale, hands above the head. Exhale, fold. Woo. Taking a vinyasa here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walking or jumping back into plank. Lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And we meet in downward facing dog. Raising the left leg high, bringing it all the way in, knee to nose. Sending it back up, three-legged dog. And bringing it in between the hands, a low lunge, raising the arms high. Exhale, cactus, pulling the scapula together, feeling the space between the collarbones. Inhale, raising the hands high. Exhale, bringing them all the way around, framing the foot, half splits, reaching those left toes up to the sky. Taking a round or two of breath here. Inhale, coming back to low lunge, hands up high. Exhale, half splits. Maybe reaching the hands behind. And planting that left hand, right comes to the outside of the left foot for the twist. The twist, the twist. Good. And coming into warrior two, windmilling those arms around high. Taking a moment here to feel your power. You may not feel it right now, which is why we're in this class, but it's there. You just have to tap into it. Feel the strength of your legs. Feel the strength of the challenges you've gone through and overcome. And know that there will be more, but you will overcome those too. And reach forward and back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, humble warrior, hands behind the back. Nice strong legs grounding through the outer edge of the back foot. And release, coming into warrior one, squaring the hips to the front of the mat. Nice deep lunge in that left leg. Bringing the hands behind us, reverse prayer. Getting a nice little shoulder stretch here as well. And turning to face the back of the mat, or the other side of the mat. Pointing the toes to the corners and bending the knees, coming into goddess pose. Inhale, hands above the head. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Rising onto the right toes. And then whoop, and then the left, holding on to our center here for balance. Raising the right. I meant the heel, not the toes. One more time, each side. Firming through the glutes. Here we are in goddess pose. And lifting up both heels at the same time, maybe extending the arms out. Testing our balance, trying to fold forward a little bit. And exhale to release, straightening the legs, turning to face the front of the mat. Forward fold. Stepping that back foot up, folding over the legs. Taking a little ragdoll here, bending the knees, grabbing onto the opposite elbow. And release, turning the toes out, maybe walking the feet out a little bit, bringing the pelvis down to the mat. We're back here again, low, low to the ground. Feeling the sensations in your feet right now. What do your toes feel like? Do you feel the balls of your feet, the heels? Can you feel the arches, or do you have super high arches? Any pain in your feet? Sitting here, one more round of breath. Maybe we can reach one arm up and the other further opening through the heart. And gently coming back onto the back, coming into bridge pose. Soles of the feet on the mat. Checking behind me, squish any bugs. Lying down on our backs. Palms to the mat. Exhale, lift the hips up high. Squeezing the glutes, squeezing the quads. Deep breaths. Exhale, send them up a little bit higher. back down. Taking both knees into the chest. And extending the left leg out straight, keeping the right knee in, giving it a little hug. Opening the hip a little. And wrapping peace fingers around that big toe, extending it straight if we can. If the knee's bent, that's totally okay too. If that feels better, a half happy baby feels better to you, go ahead and do that. Ooh, it's got some. Inhale. And exhale to bend that right knee, bringing the left foot to the mat, crossing the ankle over the left. We can stay here and gently press on the knee to open up, or we can interlace the fingers behind the thigh and pulling both legs into the chest, making sure we're flexing both feet. And we're back on our backs, coming full circle to where we started. And releasing the hands, grabbing onto both feet, trying to stack the knees on top of each other, pulling the feet into the hips for a little reclined cow face legs. And further twisting those legs if we would like, otherwise we can keep them however we would like, letting them fall gently to the left side, extending the arms out, gazing over the right ear, coming into a twist. Breathing into the lower back. And exhale, coming through center, unraveling the legs, giving them a little kick. Extending the right straight, taking the left into the chest. We have a lot of hip openers for grounding poses because our chakra is right at the root of our spine, and that's where our emotions come up. Everything is all connected. Your sense of security, belonging, straightening the leg. It's all connected. And what we don't use, we lose. So if we're not cultivating those feelings and focusing on them, if all we're focusing on are feelings of inadequacy or incompetence, then that is what we're going to keep seeing, keep feeling, keep doing. So by working through this flow and really feeling our power, bending our leg, taking it on top of the left knee, by feeling our power, we're cultivating more energy of that. Energy is everything. It is all around us. We exude a certain kind of energy all the time, and that's how we attract the people that we attract into our lives, the situations, the opportunities. We're gonna focus on the good things. And bringing the legs on top of each other, stacking the knees, pulling the feet further into the hips, getting the beautiful glute stretch. And then further twisting them, letting the knees gently drop to the right side, coming into our twist. Exhale, coming back through center. Letting the legs fall where they want to, opening wide. Coming into Shavasana, corpse pose. Backs of the hands lying on the mat. eyes are closed. We take a few moments here to reconnect to our breath. Noticing where we're at now, checking in again. Thinking one more time about the feelings and things that we want to lovingly release, that we don't need anymore. And releasing them with every exhale. And thinking of all of our wonderful qualities, our resilience, our strength, our courage. And breathing them in with every inhale. Feeling it move from the crown of the head, through the throat and the chest, and the hips, the belly, the legs, out through the feet and back up. Feeling all of this wonderful energy that's living inside of you. One more deep breath in together and out. We can stay here for as long as we would like, or gently roll to one side and press up to a sitting position. Bringing hands to heart center. The beautiful light in me honors the beautiful and unique light in you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today and reconnecting to yourself. I will see you next time. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to never miss more Yoga with Paige. I'll see you next time, friends.